2023 was the year of layoffs. Thousands lost their jobs. Around 250,000 people globally. Many believed that was it. The job cuts were done. But 2024 is proving to be no different. This year began with another series of layoffs. They weren't as bad as last year, but companies are still cutting jobs. Cisco is laying off 4,250 people.
If you've just been laid off, chances are you want to prove to them it wasn't just a mistake, that it was their loss. Hi everyone, I'm Kritika from Pivot, and today we're going to be talking about a topic that hits close to home for so many. What to do after you're laid off? It's easy to take a layoff personally. After all, our jobs aren't just our paychecks, they're our sense of stability, our purpose, and our routine. So when you hear the words, I've just lost my job due to a layoff, and you have only a few days to find the next one, it can feel like the rug has been pulled from under you. But here's something you need to remember. A layoff isn't about you. It's not a reflection of your value, your skills, or your future. There are countless videos out there that talk about how tough the job market is. But in this video, you'll discover how a layoff can actually help you build a stronger career. Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll not just have a survival guide, but a roadmap on how to make an epic comeback from this layoff. But first, why do companies lay off employees when you heard about big corporations making massive profits? Well, here are the real reasons, and none of them are about you personally. First up is cost cutting. Sometimes companies need to tighten their belts to survive a downturn or simply to stay profitable. Next, there's restructuring. This is when companies eliminate certain roles that are no longer needed, often because they're redundant. And let's not forget automation. As technology advances, tasks that were once handled by human hands are now being handled by machines and software. Then we have industry shifts. If the dynamics of an industry change, whether it's due to market trends, regulations, or even consumer behavior, companies have to adapt, sometimes by laying off employees. And when a company merges or is acquired, duplicate roles are often cut. Finally, we have outsourcing. Some companies find it more cost effective to hire vendors or freelancers to take on tasks that were once done in-house. But wait, there's more to this story, especially if we zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Economic downturn and recession fears are strife. Even with some positive signs, the economy isn't exactly stable. Fears of a recession, global tensions, and the lingering effects of the pandemic have companies on edge. To prepare for the worst, they're cutting back, and that means jobs. Next, let's rewind to the pandemic. Many companies overhired, expecting the digital boom to last forever. But as life returned to normal, so did the businesses, which meant that a lot of those extra hires were no longer needed. And then there are high interest rates. Central banks raised these interest rates to control inflation, but that made borrowing money more costly. The result? More layoffs as companies tried to keep their costs under control. All of these factors, fears of recession, overhiring, inflation, tech, are creating the perfect storm for layoffs. And with the looming fears of a recession, we might continue to see more job cuts before things stabilize. But, and here's the important part, knowing why these layoffs happen can help you understand that it's not about your worth. It's about the larger forces at play. So, if you or someone you know has been laid off, remember, you're not alone. And this isn't the end. It's a chance to rethink, regroup, and restart. So now let's dive into what you can do to make this setback into your comeback. What's the first step? And no, it's not about jumping right back into job hunting. It's about processing. Let's get real for a minute. You just got laid off. It's okay to feel a mixture of emotions, anger, sadness, fear. It hurts. But don't let these feelings get the best of you. Remember, it is important to not let these feelings become your new full-time job. Instead, accept them, process them, and try to move on. Talk to friends, your family, or even a therapist if you need to. It's a detour, not a dead end. After you've processed some of those feelings, you might realize that this is a golden opportunity to reevaluate your goals. Ask yourself, are you in the right field? Is it time to pivot to something new? Perhaps as a passion project that you've been putting off, or a different industry that you've always wanted to explore. Update your LinkedIn and resume to reflect your most recent accomplishments. Don't just list your duties, also list the impact that you've had in your previous roles. Employers are looking for problem solvers, not just task doers. Start networking, both online and offline. Attend virtual events, join industry groups, and reconnect with your old colleagues. You'd be surprised to know how often opportunities arise from the most unexpected connections. Remember, it's not about jumping into the first job that you get. It's about finding that right job, one that aligns with your skills, your interests, and your values. This is your chance to gain control of your career direction. In today's fast paced job market, skills can become outdated very quickly. This could be your opportunity to invest in yourself. Whether it is upskilling, that is deepening your knowledge in your current field, or reskilling, that is learning something new entirely, this could be your opportunity to stay ahead of the curve. There are countless certifications, courses, and workshops available at your fingertips. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and LinkedIn Learning offer everything from technical skills to soft skills. Consider what's in demand in your industry, or even better, what might be in demand in the future. Invest in those skills now, and that will give you a competitive edge over others. It also might open doors to roles you hadn't considered before. And here's a pro tip: don't just learn for the sake of learning. Apply those skills in real world scenarios through freelance projects, internships, or volunteering. This not only builds your resume, but it also boosts your confidence and readiness for your next role. Finally, it's time to take action. By now, you've had time to process the shock, reassess your career goals, and upskill. Now, it's time to put it all together into a concrete action plan. Set daily or weekly goals for yourself, whether it's sending out a certain number of resumes, interacting with industry experts, or even exploring entrepreneurship. The key is to stay proactive and persistent. Every small step brings you closer to your next opportunity. And remember, this isn't just about you getting back to where you were, it's about moving forward to where you want to be. Getting laid off is tough, but it's not the end. In fact, it could be the beginning of something incredible. So, take a deep breath, follow this plan, and remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pivot for more real career talk and inspiration. Go get that job!